Hi, this is Tucker Trucker, and I am doing an interview on a guy that I know who feels like he may have had a dogman encounter last Friday night. And so, do you want to use your name, or you want to use an alias, or?
I don't know.
This is Elvin. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. Tell me what happened.
Well, I'm not really sure what happened, honestly, but I was with a group of friends and we were riding four-wheelers in the woods around my mom's house.
Yeah.
And we kept hearing something in the, like, we'd ride for a little bit and then we'd stop and, kind of talk, and we kept hearing something in the woods, and my friend had a flashlight and he was shining around, and we just kept hearing something every time we stopped, and it was just weird. One time we seen some, like, glowing eyes or something. We don't really know what it was, but we rode for some hours, and every time we'd stop, we kept hearing something like creeping around in the woods around
The
us.
glowing eyes you saw, what color were they?
They were like a yellowish color.
Okay. How far apart were they from the distance that you were seeing it?
I really can't even remember how far apart they were.
Because it was such a distance away.
It was,
I mean, did it seem like they were close together at the distance they were, or were they further apart
it was pretty close together, I'd say.
from the distance that they were?
Mm-hmm.
And when you say you heard something, did you feel like you heard steps, or
Yeah, it was like something was stepping, creeping around.
was it like something on four legs or two legs, or could you tell?
It sounded like, it really sounded like both at times. Sometimes it sounded like it was creeping around, and sometimes it sounded like it was just a human or something.
Yeah, because, dogmen can run on all fours, and then they can also run two-legged, bipedal.
Yeah, so I don't really know. We never seen anything, but we kept hearing it. And it was like everywhere. We rode a pretty, I don't know how many miles, but I mean, we rode some miles, and everywhere we went, it was like it was just following us.
Right. And what time did y'all go out there?
We started riding about 9 o'clock, and we
Okay.
didn't get back until about 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because you had texted me. It was about 12:30 when you texted me that night.
Mm-hmm.
And
we were out there pretty late. I mean, it was dark the whole time we were riding.
so did you
it was after
ever
dark.
notice any different smells in the air, or
I didn't really pay attention to any of that. We were...
any musty smells or anything like that? Or
I don't remember smelling anything unusual.
and so did you hear any growling or maybe any other noise other than stepping around or moving around?
I didn't hear any growling or anything. I can't remember hearing any other noises. I just remember hearing that noise creeping around, and it was like everywhere we went.
And did y'all talk about it?
Not really. My friends, they don't really, believe in that kind of stuff. So
Right.
I didn't say it. But that's what in my head, that's what I was thinking, because my mom had seen something, she didn't know what it was, and
Right, and when you showed me the picture of the thing that she said she saw, that was a dog man, true and true, if I ever saw one.
mm-hmm.
And I'm going to talk to your mom about that and see if I can't get her to do a interview with me on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
But see, this thing it's in the same area that your mom saw that one cross the road, and she said she nearly hit it with her car, And it's really kind of strange, because the same time frame that your mom saw that thing cross the road, that she nearly hit it with her car, in that neighborhood over there across the street from there, I have another friend that lives over there, and she has two dogs, and the neighbor that lives one house away from her has a chicken coop, or had a chicken coop, and something tore that chicken coop up and killed a bunch of their chickens and ate some of them. And you could, see the remains of it and all. And the woman came down and accused them of their dogs getting out and doing that. And when my friend went down there and, looked at the damage and everything, she says, there's no way my dogs could have done this kind of damage. I mean, it just, looked like somebody had grabbed a hold and ripped rip the wire open, to get in there to the chickens. And that's about the same time that dog man thing was over there and then came back across the road heading back to that big old patch of woods there behind that church.
Yeah, my friend, his dog followed us. Whenever we went riding that night, he followed us, and he was running, swimming, every little place of water or whatever, he would jump in the water and swim. Well, he kind of, you could tell he was kind of, he knew something wasn't right, I guess. He knew there was something out there, and he was just acting real funny. He was like staying right. Normally he just runs off and does his own thing. Well, this particular night he was like right there up under us. He wasn't wandering around and stuff. He was just right there.
See, animals are very intuitive about that kind of thing. Yeah, I've had some incidences that I'm going to do some of my YouTube videos on that where my dogs really acted very strange. Yeah, I'll do those later, but yeah, I'm glad you came and talked to me about it, and it's good for everybody to know and to learn that these things really are real and that they really are out there. And I hope you don't ever get out there riding by yourself or anything, and make sure you're packing if you do, because see, these things know when you have a weapon, and they don't have a tendency to I don't know if they can get in your head. I mean, they're just so unknown about them, but they read you, Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we had weapons on us that night, so I didn't really feel too threatened. I just felt it was a weird feeling, something what didn't seem right.
So did it make you have a feeling of dread or anything like that, or just?
It was just like a feeling that I knew something was out there, like following me, stalking me down. Pretty much felt like, And
it made you real wary. Yeah. Well, okay. Thanks so much for the interview, and we will do some more talking at a later date. And YouTube people, thanks so much for listening in, and we will catch you on the next video. God bless.